What if I told you that you could direct a full cinematic sequence, complete with professional camera rigs, consistent characters, and Hollywood-grade motion, without ever picking up a camera or spending a dime on a physical set? This isn't just another AI video generator, it is the future of structured filmmaking. Let's be real. As creators, we're stuck between two worlds. Traditional production is way too expensive, and traditional editing is a time-consuming grind. On the other hand, most AI video tools are a total roll of the dice. You get cool clips, but zero control over the actual storytelling. That's exactly why Higgsfield built Cinema Studio 2.0. It's a standalone, professional environment that simulates a physical film studio. Instead of just typing a prompt and hoping for the best, you now have deterministic control over every pixel, camera movement, and character performance. It's designed with a hero frame first philosophy, meaning you lock in your lighting and composition before you ever hit animate. We're talking about true optical simulation. You can choose specific camera sensors and legendary lens glass like Cook to get that perfect cinematic bokeh. Version 2.0 even lets you enter your images as 3D scenes, allowing you to explore the set spatially to find the perfect angle. But the real game changer? The character system. You can now cast up to 3 consistent characters, direct their dialogue, and even assign specific emotions like happiness or surprise to every shot. Combine that with multi-shot storytelling for up to 6 sequenced shots and genre-based motion logic, and you have a full-blown movie studio on your laptop. In this tutorial, I'm going to take you behind the scenes. I'll show you how to build your rig, direct character-driven performances, and use the new speed ramping to create high-energy action sequences. By the end of this video, you'll know how to turn a single idea into a professional 1080p cinematic sequence in minutes. Let's enter the studio. Using the link in the description, head over to Higgsfield AI. When you land on the homepage, this is what you'll see. Higgsfield is a web-based filmmaking studio that allows you to use different models and create cinematic images and videos just by typing a prompt. You can even add reference images to guide the look. Let's dive into Cinema Studio 2.0. This is how the workspace looks like. There are 2 core modes here: image and video. We'll start with image, because every cinematic sequence begins with a strong hero frame. First, I'll drop in a simple prompt. Right next to it, this plus icon is where you can add a reference image or element. Super handy if you want to maintain the same character across shots. Next up is batch size. This determines how many variations you want per generation. You can choose from 1 to 4. If you're going for a specific look, a higher batch size lets you pick the best frame quickly. I'll go with 4. Then there's aspect ratio. I'm choosing 16.9, which is the cleanest cinematic widescreen for YouTube. For resolution, you can go up to 4K. I usually generate in high resolution to preserve details, especially when you move the camera in video sequences. Now, grid generation. Think of this as instant storyboarding. One prompt gives you a grid of variations so you can compare compositions and pick your favorite before animating. Reference elements are a game changer. You can create a consistent character or object by uploading up to 3 images from different angles. Give it a name, add a short description, hit create, and it becomes an element you can reuse anytime. Finally, it's camera settings time. Click next to generate and you'll get full cinema-level control. Choose a camera for that big film feel, pair it with a cinema lens, set 50mm for a classic cinematic look, and adjust the aperture to f4 so your subject pops while the scene remains readable. Then hit generate and here are our results. I'm selecting the first option, and immediately you can feel the cinematic weight of the frame. We're in an urban city street with a massive explosion tearing through the background, smoke expanding outward, fire lighting the air, debris frozen mid-blast, and a subject running straight toward camera. This doesn't feel like AI output. It feels like a scene pulled straight from a big-budget action film. But at this moment, it's still just a static image. So let's change that. I'm activating 3D scene, and this is where everything shifts. Instead of being locked into a flat composition, we step directly into the explosion. It's the same world, the same lighting, the same destruction. But now, the camera belongs to us. We're no longer observers. We're directing. Once inside the scene, I can move freely through the environment. I can shift perspective, circle the subject, and reposition the frame with intention. If I lower the camera slightly, the character instantly feels more heroic and dominant. If I push in, the tension increases. If I pull back, the scale of the explosion becomes overwhelming. I can even adjust the focal length to compress the blast behind him, making it feel closer, heavier, more dangerous. Watch how the explosion intensifies when we tighten the lens. Notice how the subject commands the frame when we drop the angle just below eye level. These subtle adjustments completely transform the emotional impact of the shot. This isn't regeneration. This is direction. When the composition feels right, I click Capture Shot. That exact camera position is now locked in place, committed with precision. No guessing, no re-rolling, no starting over. I press Escape, return to the main workspace, and now that new cinematic angle is part of the sequence, ready to be animated or expanded further. That's control. Next, let's use multi-shot. Multi-shot automatically generates multiple camera angles from the same scene, giving you full cinematic coverage without rewriting your prompt. Instead of starting over to test different perspectives, the system intelligently explores them for you. This saves time and dramatically improves workflow because you're selecting from strong options rather than repeatedly regenerating and hoping for something usable. If you like a frame, you can select it and upscale it for higher resolution. You can animate it into video, download it, or use it as a visual reference for the next shot in your sequence. Now let's look at angles, which is where you truly step into the director's role. Click here, and you can rotate the scene with your mouse, or use precise controls for rotation, tilt, and zoom. This allows you to test compositions before generating, reducing wasted outputs, and giving you more deliberate framing decisions. And if you need creative inspiration, there's a built-in option to generate the 12 best angles. With one click, the system produces 12 carefully selected cinematic perspectives. The new angles are ready, and the variety is impressive. Side profiles that add motion energy, elevated shots that feel tactical, rear angles that immerse you deeper into the explosion. It feels like instant coverage from a professional camera team, all from one scene, all without rewriting a single prompt. Now imagine taking these frames and turning them into a fully animated action sequence. Now we step into video, and this is where everything levels up. Start by choosing your foundation. Upload a frame. Pull one directly from your generated images. Next, camera movement. Every movement changes the emotional weight of the scene. Then comes speed ramp. This is your timing control during generation. Slow it down for drama, speed it up for impact. Or go custom if you want to shape the rhythm precisely to the beat of your story. Timing isn't just technical, it's emotional. It determines how the audience feels. And now the creative control really opens up. You've got three main modes. Single shot generates one clean cinematic clip from your image and prompt. Multi-shot auto takes one description and automatically turns it into multiple connected shots. Multi-shot manual lets you build a sequence of up to 6 shots. You can set the duration for each one. Write separate prompts for every angle. Direct the pacing. Control the transitions. Shape the emotion shot by shot. This is no longer just generating clips. This is directing scenes. We'll start with single shot, clean, focused, powerful. First, select your image. You can add an extra prompt if you want to guide the motion or intensify the mood, but it's optional. Then set your aspect ratio and resolution depending on where this is going. YouTube, Shorts, Cinematic Widescreen, your choice. Next, choose your genre. Today, we're going action. Toggle audio on or off, set your batch size if you want variations. And when everything feels right, hit generate. Here's the result. This isn't just motion added to an image, it feels like a movie moment.